Hey guys, I thought maybe it'd be fun to show you a little bit of forensic work that you can do when you see ads on YouTube. I'll go ahead and I'll show you. I keep seeing ads from one particular advertiser. Of course, when you see a lot of the ads from the same advertiser, you have to wonder: is this me that I'm seeing these ads, or are these ads really being heavily spent against? And so, what I thought I would do is just sort of take you through the process by which you can answer that question for yourself, because an ad that gets a lot of ad impressions obviously is working for the advertiser. So let's take a look, and I'll share a screen. This is one screen that I have up here, and I was getting ready to watch a video about Zelensky, contrasting two presidential meetings. I see this ad here. So if I see this ad and I'm thinking to myself, Hero Wars. I wonder if Hero Wars is a big YouTube spender for their ads. So I can actually go and right mouse click with a Microsoft computer and look at stats for nerds. I can go ahead and I can copy this video ID. Just copy that. And I can go ahead and, rather than watch the video I was originally watching, I can go ahead and paste that into the V equals portion of the screen, and it'll just go ahead and play just that video, right? And what's interesting about that is I can go look at that video and see when they launched it 7 days ago, how many views it got, 942,000. It's an unlisted ad, which means it's not likely to be getting shares, and comments are usually turned off on most ads as well. So if you're interested in understanding whether or not, 900,000 paid ads probably would mean that they're testing this ad and it's doing reasonably well. So if you can, there's several tools you can use. One of them that I use is VidTao, which has a free version, and you can go ahead and do a search for the name of the YouTube channel, which is Hero Wars Web, and you can actually see that if you look at the view counts according to VidTao, a lot of their ads have gotten over 93 million views. So 93 million views on that one, which is old. This one's also old. 66 million. This one's old. 59 million. This one's old. I had it sorted by overall impressions. And as you scroll down, you start to see there are some newer ones that are actually still running in the last yesterday or the last 30 days, right? So they're seeing impressions. And so it's fascinating to see that there's this company that's spending a lot on these ads. So if we were to sort of look at one of the ads that's running currently, which is this one, we can see an estimate of the views over time, and we can see an estimate of ad spend. So this ad, according to VidTao's estimates, has already spent $1.3 million in ad spend. Now, I think it probably overestimates things a little bit, but perhaps not, right? So this is a fascinating piece of data, and it allows us to sort of look at any ad that we see a lot. And when we launch the ad into its own browser, right, it shows up as unlisted. It shows up how old it is. Another one I saw earlier today, which I kept up here just for fun, was this one. And this one has got 1.8 million views, and they launched it a month ago. This one's particularly interesting because it's sort of hypersexualized. They have audio track, which I guess I would jokingly call as orgasmic, and was curious as to whether it was succeeding or not. So I went ahead and pasted the video ID into its own browser to take a look. It's not currently with the 1.8 million views. It's actually pretty far down in the list of Hero Wars ads. There's plenty of other ads that are way above 1 million views, including a bunch that are running currently. So these guys must have a pretty solid business if they're able to spend that amount of money on YouTube ads consistently over time. Here, I'm scrolling down, still at 9 million views, right? So I'm still nowhere near this particular this particular ad. So it's a fascinating way for you, if you're curious about ads and you're curious about what's working, is to go ahead and do a little bit of forensic diagnostics using right mouse click, and you can, you can either copy the video URL or look at the stats for nerds. Stats for nerds will bring up the video ID, and then that can be copied and used to look at the ad itself. So there you go. That's some sort of inside scoop on how to figure out whether ads you're seeing on YouTube are being heavily promoted or are ads that have not yet proven themselves, right? Generally, an ad that you see that's running in the millions of impressions, chances are that ad is winning against whatever KPI the advertiser or brand has set forth, which could be a CPA ad or a ROAS ad, ROAS goal, or some kind of marketing KPI. Because generally, you wouldn't put millions of impressions behind an ad unless it was working, quote unquote.